Pre-screen, pre-qual, or cross-sell campaigns typically start the same way. You choose which marketing clusters to mail and what offer. What you can't see until the accounts are on the books is what each offer does to your profit and loss. Command Center changes that. It simulates the clusters and shows the 2-year profit and loss before and after you optimize the offer. You'll optimize the offer by doing champion challenger or A/B tests based on a virtual forward-looking portfolio. You can also stress test that offer under different economic conditions or customer pricing sensitivities. This is the cluster console. Every bubble is a marketing cluster. These clusters can be off the shelf from a credit bureau or created by your team. The vertical axis is the net present value per loan in the next 2 years, and along the x-axis, we have peak credit loss. And of course, the place you want to be is minimizing your loss and maximizing your NPV per loan. Here we can see the various clusters. We have a response rate. We have the current champion strategy, and we can see what the projected loss rate, net present value per loan, and the total net present value for the cluster. Now we're going to go and redesign our challenger strategies and optimize those. So let's start with the credit builder segment. In each of the cluster screens, we have 2 ways to optimize. We can either aim at a specific goal, or we can adjust our inputs directly. So let's say we want to aim at a goal. We want to maximize the net present value per cluster. As I move this slider, what you can see is the recommended challenger settings are adjusted. We can see here on the graph that peak credit loss versus NPV. We can watch how our margin versus volume will change under those conditions. And once we're happy with that strategy, we can save that challenger. We can also go and adjust the inputs directly if we prefer to do it that way. If we're still not sure what to do, we can always ask the AI advisor. We can ask different queries to help us optimize. We might want to optimize 2 of those goals at the same time, and the AI advisor could help us with that. The AI advisor can also provide pros and cons of each strategy, along with guidance and reference to any other information which has been loaded in the knowledge base, such as credit policy information, strategic information, etc. So here you see an example response from the AI providing us the drivers of those estimates, which are on the screen. Now that we've saved that challenger strategy, we can go back to our console, and you can see that with 2 clusters remaining, we've already increased our net present value from 15 million to 17 million on this portfolios, but let's finish out the last 2 clusters. Let's maximize NPV per cluster. Here we can see our strategy's been recommended. We can go to our next cluster, change some of the settings. In this case, maybe let's maximize our NPV per loan to $1,000. We can see the recommended strategy. We've saved it. We go back to the console. Now you can see by doing this optimization forward-looking activity, we would have expected 15 million in net present value from these campaigns. Now we've bumped it up to 22 million. So in this scenario, we're using forward-looking simulated data to what if the offer and to optimize it. Every recommendation is explainable, and every decision stays yours. Contact us to learn more.